Hello, everyone. Carmen Calabrese here, running for United States Senate here in the great state of Maine. And winter's here, and more's coming this week. But anyway, so I digress. So, this week, an interesting thing happened. President Trump put out a memo, a letter, whatever you want to say, where stating that he was not going to support Susan Collins and her bid for her sixth term after 30 years of being in Senate, not supporting the Republican Party and being a rhino and whatever else you want to say. He's not going to support her. So, one of my good friends, Al Ballesteros, sent a letter to the White House on my behalf, seeing if I can get President Trump's support and see if he can support me in my bid to be the next senator from the great state of Maine. And that's pretty exciting. Now, some of you may say, I don't like what President Trump does. He's kind of boisterous. He's kind of loud. He's this, he's that. He's a New Yorker, okay? I grew up in Philadelphia. I understand the whole Northeast kind of thing. And, you know, I'm Italian. I got a loud mouth sometimes, but it doesn't matter. What matters to me is getting his support. And that would be great. That would be great for my campaign. That would be great for just everything going forward to get his support. Because I believe, and I said this in my last video, that Trump is the only person in the Western world that is trying to save the Western way of life. And we have to believe that. Okay? We have to believe in the Western way of life. That's why we're here. That's why we're here in the United States. We don't need Islamists, and we don't need socialists, and we don't need communists all starting to get a foothold into this nation, because what happens then is they'll drag down this nation, and we'll become, Europe? I don't know, but I don't want to. I like this being a constitutional republic. I like the democracy that we enjoy. And so I want to get into the Senate and help preserve what we've got here. Like I've said many times, Ronald Reagan said, we are the shining city on the hill. And if we lose that, where else can we go? And whether you're a Republican or you're a Democrat or you're an independent, you have to understand that. Where else do we go? Where else in the world do we go if we lose the United States of America? And I think that many people that are in the House and in the Senate right now have been there for decades, and they're just in a bubble. They don't care what's going on. They're happy. They're making money. They've got millions of dollars in the bank, and they just don't care anymore. And that's a shame, because we should care. We should care because it's for our children and their children after that to save the United States of America. And like I say, we need to restore American values. And like Trump says, make America great again. There's nothing wrong with that. America should be great. You should be proud of this country. And so that's all I've got to say. I'm looking forward to hopefully getting a little backing by the President Trump. That would be fantastic. But I'm going to keep running, and come as they say, come hell or high water, I'm going to keep running. So you can go to YouTube, see all my videos. You can go to TikTok. You can go to Instagram. You can go to X, formerly Twitter. You can go to my Facebook page, which is Carmen4 Senate. You can see my website and see my platform at Carmen4Senate.com, where you can donate to my campaign. And thank you for you folks out there that have already donated. You're fantastic, and it's going to help out a lot as we're going forward. So, thank you very much. Y'all have a great day. Remember, especially you folks that are watching this and have friends in Maine or family members in Maine, or you folks in Maine that are watching this, remember, share it. Share it with the people up here, because they need to know that there's an option other than Susan Collins and the Republican Party. Thank you very much. Like it, share it, follow me. Talk to you later.